video. Here we go. You ready? I'm ready.
Alright, welcome to Dungeon Dining.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm going to be making my homemade recipe for yakisoba. It's the first time that I'm going to combine these ingredients together
Right?
to make a veggie yakisoba. It's completely vegan. Right here I have sesame oil mixed together with olive oil.
In a heated wok. Hot.
It's in a wok.
Hot.
What I'm going to do first, I'm starting to boil this water here to get the yakisoba noodles together. And while that's going on, I'm going to saute these carrots, onions, and cabbage. There we go.
Right.
There we go. So those are the noodles. So I'm going to wait for that to get nice and warm. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to turn it down a notch.
So,
And
what's your favorite cooking experience, chef?
My favorite cooking experience is home cooking.
There you
You
go.
can make some really good shit at home. You don't have to spend like $20 or $25 on something that you can get at the store and learn how to cook at home for, $10.
Heck yeah.
And this doesn't require a whole lot. Maybe I might spend like $20 on all the ingredients, but like altogether, if you were to cook this for a restaurant, really the price of it should probably be about $13.
Hey, you want to add a pan to the stove on the other side and add some tofu?
Do we even have any?
In the fridge.
I don't think we do.
I think we do. Top.
Oh.
Yeah.
So suppose we can add some tofu to it.
Right.
And drain the water and press it before I cook it.
And your lovely assistant will not fuck shit up. So speaking of dungeons, what's your favorite dungeon that you've ever experienced?
My favorite dungeon was probably Ganon's castle from Ocarina of Time because it really was quite challenging but epic at the same time. Link he comes to town, tries to save the Princess Zelda, so definitely my favorite dungeon. This might be my most favorite dungeon because this is where I do some really fucked up shit.
Right. Would you like to explain to the audience what you're doing?
What I'm doing is making sure all the noodles get into this hot water and start to soften up so that after that I can drain them and then stir fry it. And
Nice.
this will be my yakisoba.
Nice.
So
one of your fans has a question.
What do they say?
How spicy do you make your sauce?
As spicy as I like it. Like it gets pretty dang spicy. There's a lot of different things that go into about 6 different things. We got oyster sauce, and that kind of goes in halfway through. Same with the chili bean paste. And then this I can also put in at the same time. And then umami, those all kind of go in at the same time. The oils, what I'm cooking them in, are going to be a little bit different. I actually opened the door because it's going to get hot in here.
Damn right. It ain't called dungeon for nothing. We probably should use the music from Tales of the Crypt at this moment to really solidify the dungeon experience for those listening. But anyway, there it goes. Boom. What did you do, Master Dungeon Master?
I'm sauteing all these vegetables.
There you go. You heard
That
it.
might be too much, but like I know. The
Fuck
right
that.
ratio and
We're doing it right.
So these are all gonna mix together to create a mad experience for everyone.
I do notice the water is boiling over. Did you
You gotta pay attention to that.
want to pay attention to that? Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. That's what I said earlier. We gotta turn it down once it starts to get a little boily.
It could definitely be placed on the back burner for a second, also as well.
The trick is get it all oily, the veggies.
Yeah, you want to stir fry it on medium heat, folks.
So what I like to do first, add the umami powder on top of the veggies.
About how much are you using?
That was probably about 2 tablespoons.
Nice.
Or less. Not a full 2 tablespoons. It was probably less than that. But yeah, it gives it a nice, authentic flavor. That was umami powder from Trader Joe's.
Nice.
And a lot of this is going to absorb oil because it's a lot in there. But once this is done, we're going to use a strainer and get those soft noodles ready to go.
All right.
So all you got to do is just keep checking on those. But yeah, when you have nicely sauteed veggies, we cook it on medium. You could kind of get there quicker after you put the noodles in. It all kind of comes together when you put the sauce in. I think I can actually start putting some of the sauces in.
Nice.
Chili flakes, the onion chili flakes, really does the trick. That's also from Trader Joe's.
Nice.
Also, in the meantime, while this is going on, I'm going to cut up the tofu into squares.
All right. Let's go over and check that out. For those who are watching, how much tofu would you like to use? What's a good amount for the ratio of the noodles?
I think don't need a whole lot. It's also good to use fresh, non-frozen and refrigerated tofu because this seems to be crumbling and this was in the freezer for a while.
Crumbled tofu is just as yummy.
It'll still be good. So we can put that in there in the meantime. The noodles is the main part you want to fry up once it's ready.
All right. You want to put that on the back burner?
I think that's enough tofu. So I'll take all this and throw it in there on top of the veggies.
Did you want to cook it separately first?
Nope.
To crisp it up or no?
It can be all in the same thing.
All right.
It's a stir fry, so you just put everything together. It'll absorb all the flavor.
A little bit of tamari.
Not sure if it needs any tamari, actually. Next, I'm putting black bean chili paste in it.
All right.
Just a smidge.
A smidge meaning 1 tablespoon or 2? It looks like you're using 2.
About 1. Yeah, that's less than 1. And so, because that goes a long way.
1 tablespoon, folks. Stir fry that up real good. Damn. Hot diggity damn.
This might be ready. I'm going to try it. See if we got enough consistency. for the noodles. That's perfect.
Kung Fu Panda in his house. There we go. Drain that shit.
Just shaking out all the water, letting it get ready to be put into that moist, oily goodness.
Nice.
So now we're gonna stir it into all the saucy, delicious stuff.
Fuck yeah.
At this point, this is when I want to put in the oyster sauce.
Perfect. You want to give it a toss? Nice.
Yeah, mix it all in really good. You might want to add a little more like sauces to it, which is why I'm putting in the oyster sauce. It really gives it a good flavor. And I don't know, do we have sugar? I could just use some honey
Yep.
to give it a little bit of a sweet taste.
That's probably plenty.
That's probably plenty. Oyster sauce.
You also have a little bit of white wine vinegar to just, tang it up a bit.
Delicious.
So if you were trapped in a dungeon, is this the first thing you would eat? Or why?
I bet you anybody would eat this.
Right. So, have you ever been trapped in a dungeon?
Yeah, I'm prepping one right now. That's why we're doing this.
Nice. Is the Crypt Keeper being nice to you? Or
Yeah, the Crypt Keeper's being pretty cool. It's just mainly because I do this. I just do my best. Another thing I thought would work would just be, a little bit of chili flakes. A little bit spicier, because there's a lot of it.
Don't you want to put a little bit of tamari, a little bit of sesame
I'm gonna taste
oil?
it first because
All right.
that's what you want to do. You want to taste what
Definitely.
it needs. You know what it needs.
All right.
I'm gonna figure it out first.
Absolutely. If I was a gargoyle, I would definitely haunt your house right now.
My house.
Because of the smell of the noodles. Would probably bring...
Is it not good?
It would probably bring me and my minions here to, like, park and stuff. Dungeon Master, what is it missing?
Mara.
I knew it. I wonder how I knew that. Oh yeah, because I'm a witch. An evil one at that. May I suggest some green onions?
I put a bunch of onion in it already. Green onions go on top at the end.
Ooh. Do you have a dungeon joke for the audience?
No. Dungeons aren't a joke.
Ah. We are full 15 minutes. Do you have anything to say?
No, not really. I think this turned out very good, very healthy too, tasty, a lot of flavor, totally vegan. Um, yeah, and of course you can modify that any way you want, but I'm gonna take a real good taste test of everything here. Tofu. So you get some onion in there, cabbage, some carrot. Let's do this. Let's see how this is.
All right. Can you look at the camera and say that's Dungeon Dining?
That's Dungeon Dining.